Imagine cycling at the speed of light. It's, super fast and made up of massless particles called photons. Some say they're waves, some ask if they are particles, and some say, well, never mind. Einstein's relativity has two fundamental postulates.
Wow.
First one talks about the uniformity of physical laws under relative uniform translations. And second, the velocity of light is a constant. Well, for all inertial frames, but what does that mean? Here's an example. You're resting on a still sofa, cruising through space in a uniform velocity or upside down taking. Here's a ball at 20 meters per second, and here's a bird at 30 meters per second. On a blank canvas, you might see the ball at rest, while the bird is moving at 10 meters per second. Simple, right? Well, that's relative uniform translation. Professor Einstein explains. There's a still frame, S, and a point P on the x-axis. Another frame, S' is moving at some uniform velocity v, where the point is at P' coinciding P. Well, Galilean and Lorentzian transformations. Galilean's simple. Just relate the distances that the frame S' travels in time t with the respective distances in two frames. And yes, we're in one dimension, right? Moreover, the idea behind time here is but an absolute and universal one, an idea very strongly supported by Newton. But wait, something interesting happens in the latter. Lorentz came up with his so-called the Lorentz factor, which is kinda nothing. It's just some mathematical expression that varies for varying velocities. However, now the relation between x and x' aren't as simple and linear, but they vary for different velocities of observer. Cool. But time? Time is just a stubborn illusion. Time happens to be varying under Lorentz transformations and, Einstein loved it. Now you may think, what's the significance? Well, length contraction, time dilation, causality of events, and the very famous mass-energy equivalence. Let's revisit our cyclist. If he moves at the speed of light, then with basic understandings and some standard units, his energy will be exceedingly huge. Yeah, in joules. That's kind of interesting. 63 followed by 17 zeros. But what if he points a laser at this speed? From Professor Einstein's velocity addition theorem. A still observer sees the beam traveling at c. Well, that's unusual. General intuition says the velocities should, add up.
Remember the second postulate of Einstein?
Well, yes, c is the upper limit of all velocities. That's interesting, right? Anyways, the man got, some patents to sign off.